Ignore your feelings, stay disciplined, and win big because feelings are fleeting. But discipline builds empires, feelings whisper. Every single day, you wake up with a battle inside of you, the side of you that wants to hit snooze, to take it easy, to give into temptation, and the side of you that knows deep down you were meant for more. The question is, which side are you going to feed? Most people let their emotions dictate their actions, and that is why most people never break free from mediocrity. They say, I do not feel like working out. I do not feel like studying. I do not feel like building my dream today. And then days turn into weeks, weeks, into months, months, into years, until they wake up and realize they traded their potential for comfort. Discipline is the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Without it, all the dreams, all the goals, all the plans remain nothing more than wishful thinking. When you decide that your actions are no longer based on feelings, but on commitment, everything changes. Success does not come to the one who feels like doing the work. It comes to the one who does the work, no matter how they feel. Champions do not always feel motivated. Champions are not always excited. Champions are not always in the mood. But champions are disciplined, and that discipline allows them to rise above emotions and stay locked on the mission. Think about every great achievement in history. It was not the result of comfort. It was the result of sacrifice. Builders of nations, scientists who changed the course of humanity, athletes who pushed beyond limits, leaders who never gave up, they all had one thing in common: discipline over feelings. They woke up on days they felt tired and worked. They pushed through pain. They ignored doubt. They stayed consistent when no one was watching. That is the kind of mindset you need if you want to win big. Feelings are temporary, but the results of discipline last forever. The workout you did not feel like doing builds the body that carries you with strength. The book you did not feel like reading expands the mind that opens doors. The business call you did not feel like making becomes the connection that changes your financial future. Every single action you take despite your feelings is a brick laid in the foundation of your success. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the right mood. Stop waiting to feel ready. You will never feel ready for the greatest challenges of your life. Readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a choice. You decide that no matter how heavy the weight feels, you are going to lift it anyway. You decide that no matter how hard the journey looks, you are going to walk it anyway. You decide that no matter how much resistance your emotions throw at you, you are going to move forward anyway. Discipline is freedom because it frees you from being a slave to your emotions. Discipline gives you the power to control your destiny rather than letting your feelings control you. Discipline says, I will rise. When I feel like quitting, I will work. When I feel like resting, I will stay focused. When I feel distracted. It is not about ignoring emotions altogether, but about not allowing them to drive the car. Your feelings can ride along, but discipline has to be in the driver's seat. Every time you ignore your feelings and choose discipline, you are rewriting your future. You are building resilience, you are shaping character, you are creating momentum. At first it feels difficult because your brain has been trained to chase comfort, but every act of discipline makes you stronger every repetition, makes you tougher every sacrifice, makes you hungrier for more. That is how greatness is built, not on how you feel, but on what you do. The truth is, discipline will test you every single day. It is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice, a constant battle between what you want now and what you want most. The problem with feelings is that they always scream for what is easy. They always beg for shortcuts. They always whisper, just do it tomorrow. Discipline is the quiet but firm voice that says, no, do it today, no matter what. Discipline is the shield that protects your future from being stolen by your present emotions. Think about this, your feelings change by the hour, sometimes by the minute, but your goals should remain steady, your vision should remain unshaken, your mission should remain clear. You cannot afford to let something so unstable decide the course of your life. Feelings are like the weather, constantly shifting. Discipline is like the foundation of a house, unshakable, no matter how hard the storm hits. If you live by feelings, you will be tossed around in every direction. But if you live by discipline, you will stand strong no matter what comes your way. Every champion, every high performer, every leader understands that discipline is a habit, not a mood. It is forged in repetition in the moments when you want to quit, but choose to continue in the hours when you feel exhausted, but still give your best in the seasons when you see no results, but keep planting seeds. Those who wait to feel good before they act never reach the level of greatness, because greatness is built on consistency, not convenience. Ask yourself how many opportunities have slipped through your hands because you followed your feelings. How many times did you say, I do not feel like making that call, or I do not feel like working on my dream tonight, and later regret it? Now imagine how your life would look if instead of obeying your feelings, you obeyed your vision. Imagine the progress you would make, the momentum you would create, the doors you would open if discipline became your standard. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect. It is the proof that you value your future more than your comfort. It is the evidence that you believe in your own potential enough to demand more from yourself than what feels easy. Every time you choose discipline, you send a message to yourself that says, I can be trusted, I follow, through I am committed. And the more you build that trust with yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. Your feelings will tell you to quit halfway. Discipline will tell you to finish. Your feelings will tell you to stay average. Discipline will tell you to chase excellence. Your feelings will tell you that it is too hard. Discipline will tell you that you are stronger than you think. This is why disciplined people are so rare, because most people surrender to emotions instead of mastering them. But if you want to win big, you cannot live like most people. It will not always be glamorous. It will not always be exciting. Discipline often looks like waking up earlier than everyone else, staying up later than everyone else, practicing in silence when no one is watching, pushing through pain when no one is cheering. Discipline often feels invisible until one day it makes you unstoppable. That is when the world notices, because results are loud, even if the process is quiet. You must decide once and for all that your future matters more than your feelings. The vision you have matters more than the mood you are in. The life you are building matters more than the comfort you are leaving behind. If you want to transform your reality, you have to put discipline above everything else, because discipline is the only path that guarantees progress. Every time you ignore your feelings and stay disciplined, you win a small victory. Those small victories compound into habits, those habits compound into character, and that character compounds into destiny. And when you look back one day, you will realize that every sacrifice, every choice, every disciplined action built the life you once dreamed about. There will be days when you feel completely drained, days when your body aches days, when your mind tries to convince you that you have done enough. Those are the days that define you. Anyone can act when they feel good, but only the disciplined push forward when they feel nothing but resistance. That is the separation line between those who live average and those who win big. It is not talent, it is not luck, it is the discipline to act when every feeling tells you to stop. Your mind is a master of excuses. It will tell you that you deserve a break, that you can make it up tomorrow, that you have already done enough. But if you listen too often, you will program yourself into mediocrity. Discipline is reprogramming your brain to do what needs to be done, whether or not you feel like it. It is saying to yourself, feelings are temporary, but my vision is permanent. Is choosing to operate from purpose, not from comfort. Look at anyone who has achieved something extraordinary, and you will see the same pattern. They trained when they did not want to, they studied. When they felt tired, they worked. When they were uninspired, they did not let feelings make the decision. Discipline made the decision. That is why they reached the level others only dream about. The truth is, discipline does not just create results, it creates identity. When you live disciplined long enough, you no longer say, I am trying to succeed. You say, I am a person who succeeds, because you have proven it to yourself daily. Every day is a chance to reinforce that identity. When you wake up and follow your plan, instead of your mood, you are voting for the person you want to become. Every disciplined action is a vote cast for your future self. And the more votes you cast, the stronger that identity becomes, until eventually your disciplined self is so much stronger than your emotional self that quitting is no longer an option. That is when life changes forever. But let us be clear, discipline is not about living a joyless life. It is not about rejecting happiness. It is about delaying gratification so you can have greater happiness later. It is about saying no to what feels good now so you can say yes to what feels incredible later. Your feelings want the candy, your discipline builds the feast. Your feelings want the comfort of the couch, your discipline builds the strength of the champion. Your feelings want to spend the money today, your discipline builds the wealth tomorrow. Discipline is the builder of dreams, and feelings are the thief of them. You must learn to sit with discomfort, because discomfort is the training ground of discipline. Every rep in the gym that burns builds not just muscle, but mental toughness. Every hour spent working when you would rather relax builds resilience. Every disciplined choice in the face of temptation strengthens your willpower. That is how you prepare yourself to win big, by practicing discipline until it becomes your second nature. Discipline also teaches you patience. Success does not come overnight, and that is why so many quit too soon. They start with excitement, but the moment the feelings fade, they stop showing up. Discipline does not care about feelings. Discipline shows up day after day, planting seeds, watering them, nurturing them, until eventually the harvest comes. And when it does, it feels like magic, but it was not magic, it was the invisible power of discipline. If you want to win big, you must understand that your feelings are not facts. Just because you feel tired does not mean you cannot keep going. Just because you feel unmotivated does not mean you are not capable. Just because you feel afraid does not mean you cannot be brave. Feelings lie, discipline tells the truth. Discipline will always remind you that you are stronger than your emotions, tougher than your excuses, and capable of more than you ever imagined. So from this moment on, refuse to let your feelings hold the steering wheel. Let them come and go, but never give them the power to control your destiny. Put discipline in command and watch how your life transforms. The greatest victories of your life will not come from the days when you felt amazing. They will come from the days when you wanted to quit, but chose to endure. Those are the days that shape champions. Those are the days that build leaders. Those are the days that forge unshakable strength. Discipline is the fire that burns away weakness, and every time you choose it over feelings, you are stepping into a stronger version of yourself. You cannot build a legacy on emotions because emotions change too quickly. One day you feel motivated, the next you feel discouraged. One moment you feel unstoppable, the next you feel defeated. If your actions are tied to those shifts, you will never be consistent enough to create greatness. But if your actions are tied to discipline, you will become unstoppable, because discipline does not rely on moods. Discipline relies on decisions. Ask yourself, what kind of life do you want? Do you want a life where you look back and say, I could have been more, I could have done more, I could have built more? Or do you want a life where you look back and say, I did everything I could, I built the life I dreamed of, I left nothing on the table? That second life is only possible through discipline. Your future is being written right now with the choices you make today, and every choice to stay disciplined is a line written in bold ink toward victory. Ignore your feelings when they try to hold you back.